What's that? Uh, Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Scores! He did it again!
I just killed him. Before the game, I just killed John Madden because of a stink bomb.
Split special teamers, and now Brown is off to the races. Hurdles, kicks him in.
Giants are coming off a worse week than Harvey Weinstein.
Oh, that was the most exciting thing to happen tonight.
Game's over. Game is finally over.
Ed, you got to turn your mic on. I think. Got his hand on the button.
And now, our feature program.
Hey guys, how you doing tonight?
What's up, Mr. Travis?
Not too much. How you guys doing? Hey, we're doing this 3 weeks in a row. It's a new record.
I know, and I almost missed it. I was all prepared not to be on.
Well, I'm very happy that you were able to make it, Smitty, even though you've been traveling.
All right, I gotta go. Bye. Jeremy, I went and saw Jeremy. I went and saw, you all don't know Chase, but I went and saw Chase.
Yep. I heard you went and played some golf.
I played golf. Yes, you saw the Top Golf thing. Yeah, that's a sport thing, so we can talk about that. I've never been to Top Golf before, and that was a lot of fun. And then Jeremy took me to I'm not sure which 18 holes it was, what the name of it was.
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
But I liked it because most of them were straightaways. Even though it took all the time, they were straightaways. And I don't know if Jeremy told you this.
No, he didn't. He just said that you went golfing with him.
We did, but you were there. Or you weren't, Chris, but you were there, Travis, when he knocked the crap out of that one off the ledge.
Yep.
And it was a par 4, I think, and he hit the green with it.
Yes.
Yeah, well, he knocked one. I think it was the 11th hole, probably. That thing went every bit of 260 yards, every bit, and we found it. And then he hit one that went so far we couldn't find it. We think it went to the ocean the river with the turtles, and that was probably 300 and something yards. He was now. He's not perfect.
So was he 2 or 4 beers in? Because that depends on if it was 250 or 350.
I think 4.
4, so it was probably close to 350 yards.
He was knocking the crap out of now. Obviously, we were playing what do you call it, miscellaneous scramble?
Yeah, we were playing a miscellaneous scramble.
So I don't play golf enough. What does that mean?
He made it up.
Yeah, we made it up.
So basically, best ball.
Yes, on every stroke.
Yeah. So the funny part is the golf tournament I went to for work. This past summer, that's what it was. Is you played best ball every hole. Whoever goes, y'all.
Yeah,
best.
But that's different because you're playing as a team.
Yes.
Right. It was,
me and Smitty were playing against each other. In theory.
Oh.
and we didn't mark who actually made us get that hole, and 9 times out of 10 it was Jeremy.
Well, that's because we just go there to drink and have fun, Smitty, right?
What?
We just go to drink and have fun, right, Smitty?
Absolutely. And I got so mad at myself at some point because I was so chipping the ball onto the green, so afraid of over hitting that I tink, and I just got so mad at one point in time. I just come here, you stupid freaking ball. I ran after the ball and I knocked it. And we never found that ball. It stayed on the green, but we didn't know where it went.
Yeah, you got a little upset.
It's on the other green.
I grabbed a little bit. And then I came up here towards Gainesville to hang out with Nathan. He was my branch manager. No, not branch manager. What the heck? I'm not. He was a station commander. When I was a recruiter. And during that time, Tori knew I was up here, so she swung around, talked to her a little bit, and now I'm over here near Helen in a nice little bungalow cabin with fires and drinks and
there you go,
fun stuff.
And his thoughts.
His thoughts. That's why we drive. So we can get extra information.
Now we just talked all about me.
So you're gonna go visit Chris while you're driving around the world?
You what?
Are you going to go visit Chris while you're driving around the world?
Well, I attempted to do that on the way up, but he had some stuff going on. Try to get down to Illinois, I think is what he said. And on my way back, he's actually going to be at Atlanta's airport, and his plane's going to leave before I would be near Atlanta.
Well, I was supposed to. Now I'm leaving at 4 in the morning to drive to Virginia.
on Sunday.
Yeah.
You know what? I might be able to make it through a little earlier, like on Saturday. Maybe a late dinner Saturday night. You can be packing, I know. See,
Yeah. No, it has to be early dinner on Saturday night.
Yeah, Smitty, late dinner is what? 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock for you?
Early food special.
That starts at 4.
Yeah, then I'm gonna head back, and then my next trip is probably gonna be Utah, and then the next trip after that probably Massachusetts. So
Utah, I've always wanted to make it out there. Journey made it out there to go snowboarding once.
No, I didn't go snowboarding. I went out there
Vail.
for work. I went out to Vail. That's Colorado.
Yeah. Same difference. It's one of those other big states.
No,
I'm not about to do
a bunch
anything
of
to
Mormons.
snowboard. That's just retarded. I mean, you can't use the word retarded. That's mentally unstable to snowboard.
Well, you should come up when there's snow up here, Smitty, and I'll teach you how to snowboard. We teach people
I'm
as
actually
old as
talking to
you.
Nate right now about coming up the new year the first to watch the Patriots play the Dolphins.
Oh yes. You have to come. I have the biggest TV, so you guys will have to come here.
We're going to the actual game.
Smitty's seen my TV. I think I have the biggest one.
You do. You have the biggest one.
Jeremy definitely got the biggest one of everyone I've seen, and I've seen a lot. His is so wide, but not thick.
So
Very
girthy.
thin.
Is it girthy?
No girthy. It's like
I don't
like
know.
old
I
paper
mean,
thin.
it's wide one way, but very thin the other. But man,
But you can
look
pull
at
it down
that
off the wall.
all day.
Did he show you how it pulls down off the wall so you don't even have to
I
tilt
did
your head?
No, he did not.
Oh yeah, his stand is awesome. It's like you can pull it down so it's eye level. We had to keep it up just high enough away from Kat because Kat was starting to walk, and now she's running around.
Sure,
like
because which one we're talking about? Because he has 12 of them.
the one in the big living room, not the one in the small living room.
Or the tiny living room.
Yeah,
Because there's 3 of those too.
Compared to the 2 ones, yeah, it's tiny. He wants to make sure the kids always have a TV so they don't bother him.
Smitty said he never wanted to leave.
No, I did not.
Hell, in that house you can move in and he probably wouldn't even notice. All right. Well, you guys ready to get into some college?
Hey, 2 touchdowns have been scored already tonight.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
more
know
in
how that happens.
than the past 2 weeks combined.
Alrighty. So for college, a little bit of a shakeup in the top 10. So at 1, Georgia still, and I didn't correct that typo. 2, Ohio State didn't change from last week. Up 3 slots is Tennessee after their defeat of Alabama.
Good for them. I didn't expect them to go that high, but good for them.
Well, no, they just switched spots in the rankings.
Yeah, but I
much,
think we were messaging back and forth because I was watching that game. I figured they'd be in 4 or 5, right?
Yeah, like I knew they would jump. I didn't necessarily think they'd jump to 3, but
I did.
Yeah, and then 4 up 1 is that team up north. Number 5 is Clemson. They're down 1. Down to number 6 is Alabama. Up 2 to number 7 is Ole Miss. Up 5 is TCU. To number 8. Up 2 to 9 is UCLA, and 10 they moved up 2 spots. Oregon.
Yes, Nate. I know there's been 2 touchdowns. We just said that. But
so
that
Tennessee.
Go ahead,
I know
Smitty.
Tennessee beat Alabama.
Mhm.
And we all kind of surprised they moved up to 3.
Yeah, like
Are they better?
it was a good game, but it was a tight game.
I'm not going to say the name of the team, but are
That
they
team up
actually
north?
better than the team up north?
I think so. So here's the thing with Tennessee, right? They have, I think it's either 3 or 4 top 25 wins this season. So they deserve to be where they're at. Now, keep in mind, they still have to play Georgia in the regular season because they're in the same division of the SEC. They play them in like 2 weeks.
Right.
All right. So there's a potential if they beat Georgia. Georgia's a 1-loss, one-loss non-conference champion. If they play Alabama in the SEC championship, which they will because the East is shit right now, say Bama beats them. Now you have a 1-loss Georgia, a 1-loss Tennessee, a 1-loss Alabama, and Alabama's the conference champion, but they lost to Tennessee, but they avenged that loss. So there is a possibility still that you have a two SEC team in the top 4 type scenario. Same thing with Michigan. Michigan potentially a 1 loss against us, hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, that's the last game of the regular season.
Okay.
So we go on to win a Big Ten title, or vice versa. You have a 1-loss Ohio State non-conference. This is the reason for the 12-team playoff. Is when you have these teams that are all should be like top 5 or 6, even though they're 1 loss, but they can't get into the playoff because, Michigan beat them that week. They play them a month later. Ohio State rolls over them or something, or vice versa. You know what I mean? So that's why I think they moved to that 12-team playoff, because of scenarios like that.
Hey, who's Yeet Fred 74 nod?
I don't know.
Who's who?
But hi.
Welcome to our show.
Hi, Fred.
The chunky guy with the beard is thick.
Yeah.
There's a few of us on this show.
Oh, we have 2 beards and 2 non-beards.
We do. 2 fat people, 2 non-fat people.
Yeah. Well, less fat. Jeremy's gotten thicker as his years gone on.
So for the Heisman odds, right, the only major change is that now, depending on which article or which news media outlet you look at, Hendon Hooker, the quarterback for Tennessee, is now the favorite. Even though he threw
3 interceptions, didn't he?
I think Chris just froze.
I'm in the middle of the mountains in Helen, Georgia, very close to the and I have connection and you don't.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it works here. Like it's been sporadic all night. But
we'll do the best
what
we
were you
can.
saying about the interceptions?
Yeah.
Oh, just like in that game against Alabama, yes, he won the game, and that's all that matters. But like he fumbled the ball, he got intercepted. Like he's been pulled out of games because he wasn't doing well. But he's a Heisman favorite. C.J. Stroud hasn't played a full game yet because he's blowing teams out. But the other guy's the Heisman favorite.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
I don't either.
All I know is I was impressed with how many yards Alabama had been penalized in that game.
So I will say, some the 2 big calls, right? The 2 pass interference calls.
Yep.
The one that they called on Tennessee in the end zone where the Alabama player threw him down.
Yep.
Right. I'm like, all right. I see what the ref saw there. I'm like, all right, cool. And then the pass interference on Bama, it was legit pass interference. Could you have probably let it go with a no call? Absolutely. But if you're going to call some of the other stuff that they called in that game, it makes sense why they called it.
Yeah.
However, I will say that Bama got a shit ton of false starts that I was like, what? Because the dude's head moved or something.
Yeah.
I was like,
it was 140 yards, I think it was. They were penalized.
It was, I want to say it was 17 penalties. Under Saban, that was the most penalized game he had ever had.
Yeah. It was.
Oh, there was a lot of penalties in that game for sure.
Yeah.
Because that's the one game
near Rocky Top, but
that was the one game I watched thoroughly and was the whole entire time I'm like, come on, Tennessee, you can do it, come on.
I'm excited, obviously I have in-laws that are Tennessee fans, and I was excited for them. I was excited to see Alabama lose, but at the same time I'm like, crap, man. I really wanted to see if Ohio State could beat Bama just because of where I live and being able to have a little bit of bragging rights.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Well, college playoffs and everything are weird anyways.
Yeah, it'll get better once they go to the 12-team. It'll make more sense, at least. The 4-team is kind of jacked up.
Yeah.
But
once they go to 12 teams, it'll be more like normal playoffs, and I think I'll enjoy it a lot more because then you'll be able to see these teams that have a slim chance to make it in finally.
Mm-hmm. You'll see the 1, maybe 2 lost teams. like the one-loss teams that are non-conference champions or something, because like a Michigan or an Ohio State in an off year where they lose to Michigan, it's their only loss.
Yeah.
Right, and Michigan goes on to win, but more than likely Ohio State can probably beat half of the field that's in there. They just happen to lose that game, type thing.
Yeah.
And I'm only using Ohio State and Michigan as an example because that's the most familiar to me. However, you could use the same thing in the SEC, Pac-12.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not the ACC because the ACC is garbage, but
right. The ACC is like just glorified high school ball.
Yeah, it's pretty much Clemson and versus the world. So
yeah, that's the reason why Clemson's still in it, is because they don't have to worry about losing to anybody.
Much. They are looking better though. Like their run game has gotten better. Their defense is finally like clicking. So I would say, I don't know if I necessarily would have them at 5, but they're easily a top 10 team. But so for last week's games to watch, we talked about the Alabama and Tennessee game. Tennessee won 52-49 on a last second field goal, especially because Alabama shanked their game winner.
Yeah.
Which I was in shock. But Penn State
anyhow.
And it was he tried from what was it, 52 yards or 48 yards, something.
I think it's like 40s. It was in the 40s. I know that.
Yeah, and then basically Tennessee turned around, got down inside 30 yards, and they kicked it for the game winner. It was just like the place
ugly kick too, but they got it.
It was a knuckleball. He knuckleballed it.
Oh, yeah.
Gail was watching. She's like, "That's not gonna go in," and I'm like, "Holy crap, it's going straight." It just kept spinning sideways, and it went through. And like, look at Gail. They're taking down the goalposts.
Yeah, like that's happening.
She's like, "Oh my god, somebody's gonna get hurt." I'm like, "This is how I know you're old and a mom now."
Well, did you see how they the University of Tennessee got fined by the athletic, because they threw the damn fans through the uprights into the river.
Oh jeez.
They took it out and threw it into the river.
Grain.
It's their uprights. Why would they were celebrating and why would they do that? I don't get it.
College kids, it happens all the time in college. I don't know why, but it's all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
anyhow.
Anyways, continue, sir.
Let's go to the next one.
And then Penn State, Michigan, right? Which I thought was going to be a better game, but Penn State's defense decided it didn't want to show up. So they won 40. Michigan won 41-17.
Penn State does that to you, though.
Yeah,
Penn State has to be a good team, and then they play against a good team.
Yeah,
and
it's bad. Well, it didn't help either that not that he was doing much, but Sean Clifford did get hurt at one point in the game, and they brought in a true freshman at quarterback.
Yeah, Clifford is a pretty good quarterback.
Yeah, and then Oklahoma State, TCU. I think I said last week I had TCU in this game, and they won it 43-40 in overtime.
Wow.
I do believe you did say that, but we'll know for sure when we go back to listen to the tape.
Yeah.
So,
I will that game right there is more than likely going to be your Big 12 championship game.
What, TCU versus Oklahoma State?
I have a feeling that's your Big 12 championship game right there.
Yeah.
I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be. I can't think of
the only other team that maybe Kansas State. They're making they're making some moves. Iowa State doesn't look good this year, so we'll see. And then a game that I didn't talk about last week, but I want to address now, the USC versus Utah game. That game came down to the wire. It was 43-42, and Utah upsets USC.
Wow.
I know. I love it. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of the West Coast football teams. College, I don't know why. I don't have nothing against. No, I don't like any of them. But I think it was great.
Was that the game? Because I remember I put on the group chat, hey, this game or that game, and Jerry, I think, said a different game. And this was on one of the other channels on after Alabama, Tennessee.
Yeah, it was one of the later games.
Yeah. And I remember I was watching it for like 10 minutes, and I'm like, eh. And then we found one that had the old BC colors, and we watched them instead. Florida State.
Did I lose connection to everybody?
No, you just have no video for some reason. There we are.
Oh. But the thing about the game, and I didn't watch the whole thing, but there wasn't a lot of penalties that caused one of the other teams a first down, or it was a pretty clean played game, unlike other games we watched. where a penalty was coming, just like now they got a first down, and they're going to win the game because of it.
Yeah.
So for games to watch this week, I've got Ohio State versus Iowa. The reason I have this, all right, Iowa's defense is ranked 7th in the country. So top 10 defense against the number 1 offense in the country.
Okay.
And Iowa has spoiled our chances. They've upset us and shit like that before. So I put that on there as just a game to watch. Obviously, I'm partial.
Yeah.
Just a tad bit.
Can't tell by your room at all.
No, not at all. I mean, who would know?
You're definitely not a Ohio State fan.
No.
Not at all. And then I have number 5 Clemson versus number 14 Syracuse. Syracuse looks good. They might have a shot if they can get out ahead of Clemson. They might have a shot, but if Clemson starts pulling away, they're screwed. So
a game that I'll end up watching with neighbors.
Yeah, you live in Clemson country.
Oh yeah.
So that means you got a root for Syracuse,
right? And then number 9 UCLA versus number 10 Oregon. That should be a pretty good game.
It really should. I think
I think
this.
If the rankings are proper, it should be a very good game.
Yeah, I think UCLA will pull it out though.
I'm gonna go with Oregon on that one, but when I watched Oregon, they just seem like a better than 10 ranked. I can't think of, if they're better than any of the teams ahead of them right now. But 10 seems still low for Oregon. You know what? That's my upset pick. 10-9. Woohoo!
That's not an upset pick. Chris's upset pick is gonna be an upset pick.
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead, Chris.
Oh, he froze.
Damn it, man, Chris.
We'll give him a second.
What do you two have?
All right,
Okay,
so
he's
now
back.
you're back. We didn't hear anything after you said okay.
Yeah. So the other game to watch, and this is my upset pick for the week, is number 11 Oklahoma State versus number 20 Texas. When Quinn Ewers is at the helm of Texas, they are a different football team. I say Texas upsets them pretty badly. And
did you see something with the TCU Oklahoma State game that makes you think that Oklahoma State's going to lose to Texas?
No, but I've seen what Texas was doing to Alabama when Quinn Ewers was in the game, and I saw what Texas did last week when they smoked Oklahoma 49-0.
Wow.
So that's why I picked that. When it's a different football team when Quinn Ewers is a quarterback. So that's why I have that as my upset pick. And then number 17 Kansas State versus number 8 TCU. That should be a pretty decent game. I still think TCU pulls that one out though.
I think TCU is going to be our national champion.
Really?
All right, Desmond Howard.
I like Desmond Howard.
You would like Desmond Howard.
So Smitty, in all your traveling this week, did you have time to come up with some stupid stats we can guess on?
Actually, I did.
You did?
I absolutely did. Okay, we're going to make this a little bit of fun. Let's see if I can remember any of them. Name the only player to have a touchdown and a home run in the same week in Major League Baseball and Major League Football, Major League National Football, NFL and MLB.
That was oh my God, why am I drawing a blank?
Would that be Mr. Primetime, Deion Sanders?
I was going with Deion.
No, I was going with the other one, the older one.
Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson.
Bo knows.
Yeah, because Bo knows.
It probably was Bo.
It was always
really
Bo.
hit home runs.
It's got to be one of the two of them.
You're right. It has to be one of the two of them. And two of you said the name. It was Deion Sanders.
Really?
Bo Jackson did it, but not in the same week. So,
yeah, I was surprised as Deion because he didn't hit too many home runs in baseball.
Yeah,
he did not. So, here's another.
Hold on, so Jeremy, you would know. Didn't the NFL put a rule in that you can't play baseball and football in this anymore at the same time?
No, it's written in a lot of contracts that you can't play another professional sport. The contract has it written in, not the NFL.
And typically the two sport athletes are not typically like the cornerbacks and stuff. It's the quarterback, the one that can pitch, And of course, I'm not going to do the pitching instead of throwing the football. So,
but the funny part is like everybody that's played a dual sport has either been a receiver or a running back.
that's what I'm saying. Out of the 20 most watched broadcasts in the U.S., 20 most watched, how many of those 20 were the Super Bowl? Like if you take them,
I'm gonna say 13.
13. Okay.
I'm gonna go with 10.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 15.
Well, you're all incorrect, but of course, all of you would be incorrect because it was a hard question. I wouldn't have known. I wouldn't even have said 13. I would have said 10. The answer is 19. 19 of the top 20 most watched.
I almost said 18.
You should have said 20. You've been, because that's all we ever do here in the United States is watch.
No, it's like Wheel of Price is Right.
Price is
Close
Right.
without going over.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. You win, Jeremy. You know you're right. You're right.
I'm always right, Smitty.
I have got 2 more questions for you.
All right.
One you can have a lot of fun with, especially you, Chris. Because, wait, no, he didn't play for Ohio State. Never mind. My mistake. Blake Bortles.
Okay.
You don't know who that is, right?
Yep. Old with Jacksonville Jaguars quarterback.
Yep.
He has 12 games in which he's thrown for 300 or more yards.
Really?
How many of those has he won?
3.
5.
He was on that year. So he was on the team the year they went to the postseason. He probably threw most of his that year. I'm gonna go with 9.
You all went over.
Was it 1?
It was 1. And I know Jeremy was thinking 1 the first thing, but then he outthought himself.
I was, but I was like, law of averages. It's got to be at least
Yeah.
And it was he apparently beat the Titans that year.
Oh.
I mean that with that one win he got with 300 yards or more.
Yeah, because a lot of averages says if you throw for 300 yards, you should be winning the game.
You absolutely should.
Hey, look, it's tied at 14 now.
Yep.
Actually, I actually have 2 more now. Now I have 2 more.
All right.
Okay, Mr. Moore.
This one's easy for people like Jeremy. He might not know it exactly, but he'll get close. I think all you can get close. All of you are.
All right.
Because you all are Stiller fans, right?
37.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
Okay. You know the Steelers and the Eagles merged at some point in time in the NFL history. They were called the Steagles. What year was that?
Oh, jeez.
I know these aren't statistics, but
1968.
47.
We're gonna let Jeremy guess the first time next time.
Oh, he's got a huge range he's got to try and fill in.
He does. I think he has from like a.
He has from 48 to 67.
Well, he has like from 1921, I think, till now.
Yeah.
That's the range of at least the Steelers, I think. No, the
I'm
Eagles.
going with 1942.
It's not 1942, but do you know why he said 1942? Because it was the war. That's why they merged. It was 1943.
That's why I went with 68. Because I couldn't remember if it was World War II or if it was Vietnam that they merged.
Yeah.
I knew the wars, but I couldn't remember which one.
Okay.
I'm still the closest without going over.
You are the You're you got 2 wins so far. How many left-handed quarterbacks are in the Pro Football Hall of Fame?
Oh, jeez. The Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
That would be what he said. 8.
3.
I'm going to say 11.
8, 3, and 11. 8, 3, and 11. Let's see how I can add this to make that work. Okay, take the 11 and add each of those single digits and put those together. 2.
2. So
Yes,
I was
2.
1 over.
It's Steve Young,
I was going to say it's Steve Young and
Ben Stabler, but there's not really. That's it. There's not really been that many left-handed quarterbacks
Yeah,
that were
because usually left-handed quarterbacks don't make it in the NFL.
right. So, I mean, you have Michael Vick. You think he'll make it?
No.
Nope.
Mark Brunell.
Nope.
No.
I guess
would
Boomer,
except for dogfight.
wasn't Boomer Esiason left-handed?
I thought he
No,
was.
Boomer was right-handed. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. I don't know if he's in the Hall of Fame.
I don't think he
Boomer
is.
I think he's in the Hall of Fame either. Boomer?
That
I think he
Boomer
was.
was.
I
Anyways,
don't think
well,
he's in for
that-
football. He may be in eventually for a broadcaster, but not for a.
I mean,
not
he
as a
was
football
good,
player.
but he was like, he wasn't.
Good.
He wasn't Tom Brady good from the greatest college of all time.
All right.
So that was one of my questions.
All right. So let's get into some NFL stuff.
Hey, I don't
Okay.
agree with your current statement.
The greatest college of all time.
So there's been quite a few teams that are at the top of their division that we expect to be there, like the Bills, the Chiefs, the Ravens, the Bucks.
No one expected the Ravens to be top of their division.
Most people do because they are.
I did.
Yeah, they've been a top tier team in their division for
I thought
quite a
it'd
few
be
years
them
now.
and then or Cincinnati, but I thought, yeah.
Yeah, but did anybody guess that the Eagles would be 6-0 and the Vikings would be 5-1, and then the Rams, the 49ers, the Rams, and the Seahawks will all be tied for 3-3 and for the top of that division?
Well, we did say we thought the Eagles were going to win their division this year over the Cowboys.
We did say that, but at 6-0, that's a big difference between thinking the division leader should be 3-3.
Yeah, or 4.
instead of 6. Yeah,
It's still early, though.
it is early.
Oh, interception, return for a touchdown.
You are right, Jeremy. You're 100% right about that. But I will tell you right now, I think the only person that might have thought the Vikings would have been this good, seriously, would have been Nate.
Yep.
I think, but he also worries about the Vikings because the Vikings are
The
Or
team up
better-
north.
yeah, they're the team up north for Green Bay. So
No, the real one no one would have picked was the Giants at 5-1. To be honest,
Yeah.
no,
Oh,
they would
we're gonna
put
get
the
to them
Jets
in a
at 3 and
second.
3.
We're gonna get to those
No,
teams
but
in a second.
I think the Giants is more surprising than anything.
So
Yeah,
I want to talk
5-1
about
after.
them in a second, but I want to talk about these
Okay,
teams
I'm sorry.
first.
Okay.
We all predicted the Eagles were going to win that division. In the end of the year, they'll probably have like 4 or 5 losses. So
When they
it's
beat the Cowboys, that was an impressive win. That's like the only impressive win I actually saw.
Yeah, that's when I said, okay, maybe they're better than we all think they are.
well, the thing is they were still playing with their backup quarterback. So
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. But Dallas still won 4 games in a row with the backup quarterback, so that's not an excuse.
Yeah.
that was their defense. I hate to tell you.
Well, yeah, but the defense was still playing.
Yeah.
The defense hasn't changed. So, I mean, we can't. I do it all the time for my team. People do it for their teams. As far as a starting quarterback, they're still. If you're winning with a backup quarterback and you lose, you can't say the backup quarterback's the reason you lost because he won you 4 games. So
They were putting up points
Issue
in
was-
those games that he was playing. So
No, the issue was the backup quarterback hadn't thrown an interception till he faced the Eagles defense.
yeah,
yeah, that's true.
It was
That's
the
a very good
defense
point. The
that
defense
he-
was a little stronger.
The defense he played was a lot better than they had been facing. That's the difference.
That's true. That's true. So the Chiefs, they're leading their division.
yep. The Bills, the Chiefs, the Bucks, and the Ravens.
I know
The
the Bills.
Chiefs are only up by what, 1 game?
Yes, the Chiefs.
I thought the Bucks were 3-3 too.
They are,
4-2?
but they're still on top of their division.
Because they beat the teams in division.
Bucks are 3-3. Atlanta is 3-3.
They then head to head.
Yeah. Bills are 5-1. Kansas City's 4-2, along with the Los Angeles Chargers are 4-2.
Oh, the Chargers, yeah, they beat them head to head. So that's it. Yeah, so the only reason they're winning that division is because of head to head.
Yeah, and Baltimore Ravens and Cincinnati Bengals are both 3-3, but they're still at the top. And I don't think they beat them head to head, but I think they've beaten teams that Cincinnati's lost to.
Yeah, they haven't played each other.
I'm just surprised, really, that Seattle and the Rams, to be mostly surprising to me, Seattle and the Rams are the same record. I know, like Jeremy says, to his point, it's early in the season,
Yeah.
but I would not have thought the Seattle Seahawks and the Rams would both be the same record. at 6
Yeah,
games
no.
in.
Well,
Nope.
or would you have thought that Seattle with Geno Smith would be showing up Russell Wilson in Denver?
Not even in maybe my wildest dreams.
Yeah.
But not
apparently,
really normal
Denver
times.
wasn't just missing a quarterback; they're missing a whole team. but like I guess apparently to even talk to Russell Wilson, you have to go through his manager. You can't his teammates can't call him directly. They have to call his manager to get a hold of him.
I'd be like,
I
fuck.
thought they just go to Taco Bell and get one of those tacos that he loves so much.
Yeah.
Well, they pulled that off the menu apparently.
What?
Whatever the Subway sub thing he was endorsing.
Oh, the Subway, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
they pulled it off the menu because the memes were going crazy about it.
I just I think the Eagles are any undefeated team right now is shocking.
Yeah.
The Vikings are 5-1 shocking, and everything else. I mean, it's embrace the chaos.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
since we're gonna embrace the chaos, where the hell did the Giants? What, Jeremy?
We were talking about this while golfing. That the NFL this year, there is no rhyme or reason to it.
Nope.
Teams you think are going to be good aren't, and teams you thought were going to be garbage are showing up and winning games.
Oh, speaking
this is why Chris and all football and college football fans should be watching the NFL because it's very.
Yeah, it's gone crazy this year, considering the Jets and the Giants out of New Jersey all of a sudden are like contenders this year. The Giants are 5-1, and they're in the hunt, which the last time that happened to Manning was the helm, and it's been a long time since they've been any good, even with a Manning at the helm. And the Jets are 4-2 and are just below the Bills, and they beat the balls off of the Packers last weekend.
And they were playing good ball.
Yeah.
They were playing good.
Who knew Stifler's mom's boyfriend was going to be any good?
Well, I don't even think it's that. I think more of it's a defense. I mean, the offense is fine. They are playing solid, fundamental football. They're tackling. They are keeping their gap assignments open. They're not letting the quarterback outrun them. They're staying at home when they're supposed to.
They're not beating themselves.
Yes, they're not. You got a team that can do that, even though they have maybe not the greatest players, a bunch of young players.
Yeah, they are very young.
And that's kind of scary because if they're this good, because they're this.
Oh, another interception return for a touchdown.
What word am I looking for? They're this not dedicated, not motivated, disciplined. If they're this disciplined already, it's gonna be a tough selling for anyone in the AFC East. Let alone the AFC itself.
I'm just watching it now, Jeremy.
Touchdowns tonight. We're up to 5 touchdowns tonight, and in the previous 2 weeks we had 1.
Yep, well, that's why the title is what the title is.
Cardinals Saints, and the best part is there's been 2 defensive touchdowns scored this quarter, which is more than the touchdown scored in the entire past 2 games.
Yeah,
who's winning?
Arizona is now 26-14.
Yeah,
they just scored
because the Saints quarterback can't throw a ball to his receivers.
Well, the first one hit his receiver right in the numbers, and he dropped it, and the defensive caught it and ran it in. And then this was the second drive after that.
And it's Dalton.
How's Hopkins doing?
It's Dalton. Of course it is.
Hopkins isn't doing anything.
Yeah.
Damn it, man.
The offense hasn't done nothing. Basically, it's the if you have the Arizona's defense, you're scoring points tonight. So where the hell did the Jets come from? Because it's just because they finally got the heads out of their butts and said, hey, if we play fundamental football, we might be a contender this year kind of thing?
Okay.
Are we waiting for them to play like? Because.
Yeah, and that's another thing. They have been playing fundamental football, but there are teams out there they have not faced yet that will hurt this team, that will beat this team down, that will. I really believe because they're 4-2. They just buzzed all through Packers who are not doing. They have nothing.
They are 3-3, not 4-2.
Jets?
No, the Jets are 4-2.
No, the Jets are 3-3. Oh no, Miami's 3-3.
Yeah, Miami's 3-3. Yeah, so they met the Miami without their starting quarterback, and the whole defense was gone, which is fine, and that's not an excuse. They beat up on Green Bay, which anybody watching Green Bay lately is not even a top 20 team right now. No. I think one of the teams they played was also one with the Titans, maybe not Titans, but Atlanta
Giants. The Giants came back and beat them.
Yep.
Right. So it's you are what your record says, obviously, but they haven't played they haven't played the Bills. They
No,
haven't played
not
Kansas
yet.
City. They
I don't think
New
they
England?
play Kansas City this year.
Have they played New England?
They will, but not yet.
They haven't played New England. I bet you New England puts a beating on that team. New England's defense is crazy. They haven't played. They haven't played top tier teams, and they are 4-2, and they did beat the crap out of my Dolphins. Take it, whatever.
They beat him because of a third-string quarterback
and the missing secondary. But that's not an excuse. You still should be able to win.
Yeah.
So I think the Jets are not lucky. Has been the not fruition, but has been. Well, what am I looking for?
They're taking advantage of the situation.
Taking advantage of the situation, yes, with the teams that they're up against. But everybody's playing with. I mean, I never thought Denver would be 2-4.
Yeah.
No.
Well, all right. So you brought up the Green Bay Packers. Well, I think we all did. Are they imploding this year? Because they just barely beat the Pats team with a third-string QB and then lost to the Jets in grand fashion this past week.
In grand fashion.
They did. It's the Jets, and they lost by 17 points.
You know what's funny? On that group chat last week, we said take the Patriots by the points and take the Jets by the points.
And we should have. I'm sorry. Well, I asked, are we doing 5 bets? And you said, no, just take the original 3. But
I never commented after I gave you the 5
Smitty
options.
said take the original 3, and that's what I did. And apparently I should have taken the Jets and the Pats. But who knew Zappy time was
We don't know who to bet. You know what I think what needs to happen is because Chris is the college guy. So I think because he doesn't follow NFL like us, he picks their bets because he has just as good a chance of getting it right as we do right now.
He probably has a better chance right now.
No idea what you just said.
He said you're going to pick our bets for after this week from now on because the odds of you getting it are about as good as us right now.
I was going to say, if you want to lose money, I mean, sure.
Oh, we've been losing money.
Yeah, it's slowly trickling out. We got a little bit back, and then we lose a little bit.
I mean, we've been maybe losing only $10 a week at least, though.
Yeah. Oh, 11.
Not like we're 30, $40 a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think Green Bay is. I don't know if they're imploding, but they. I think they just lost Cobb. Did they just lose Cobb?
Yeah.
Yep.
And Aaron Rodgers just looks like he's done playing football.
Mm-hmm.
Like he should have retired after last year.
He needs to go host Jeopardy.
It's looking like they're circling the toilet bowl right now.
Because it's one thing for this man to have an elite receiver or a high level receiver throughout his whole career. That's fine. He still had to get the ball to those high level receivers. If he had a higher level receiver right now, he can't seem to get the ball to him.
Nope.
He's missing wide open receivers. I think he's done. I don't know why he's still playing. I think and that team is going to rebuild.
Big ass contract. That's why he's still playing.
You know, Jeremy, when I asked why is this happening, you come up with a logical answer, and I'm really not liking that anymore. You have a 20-minute conversation about stupid stuff, and you have to go logical on me.
Well, because it's the truth. They gave him the freaking bag of cash, and he said, "Okay, I'll come back."
Yep. And he should have stuck with Jeopardy.
Just like, well, he didn't get picked for Jeopardy. I think that was the issue.
That's why he came
Just
back.
like any one of us, if you offered us $50 million a year, we'd do anything you ask us to do.
And you're not lying. What do you need me to do?
There'd be some questionable things done, and you wouldn't be asking any questions about it.
Then the thing is like this. I think it's for everyone. The list of things you would not do
is much
gets
smaller.
shorter and shorter the higher the money gets.
Exactly.
Some things you wouldn't do for all the money in the world, but
didn't he get 4 years or in like 160 something of it guaranteed?
Something like that. It was some ridiculous amount of money.
he does need to improve the offensive line. So I mean, and to Jeremy's point from before, we have 17 games in the season. We're in game 6. A team that is 1-5 right now can, I don't mean easily, but could actually be 12-5 at the end of the year.
Yeah. They have to go on. They would have to go on a massive run for that to happen.
Well, the issue is with how the NFL is this year. We were all thinking you're going to have to win 10, 11, 12 games to make the postseason. At the rate it's going, there's only going to be a few teams that actually make 10, 11, 12 wins this year.
Yeah. Basically, by now, if you're not a 500 team or better, the odds, so I should say a usual year odds, are slim to make the playoffs, let alone win the Super Bowl. But your chances go down if you're not a 500 team after 6 games, usually on a usual year. This year,
we wrote off the Jets at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, we wrote them off before they even had a first snap, and lo and behold.
And Jacksonville, and they came back into the crap. I think the only team we really can write, I mean, seriously, is probably the Panthers. I have more faith in the Texans than I do the Panthers.
No, I would say, yeah, because they tied one, but yeah. Lions, Panthers, Texans, I think we can write those guys off. Vegas is hard to write off right yet.
Who?
Vegas, even though they've only won one game, they're really hard to write off.
They really are, but they are in the AFC
all their
West.
Yeah, all their games have been super close losses.
So there's 24 teams currently in the NFL, 3-3 or worse.
Mm-hmm.
24 teams.
Yep, I'm looking at them.
32.
What was that, Chris?
32.
Out of 32. That means there's 8 of them that have a better than 500 record.
Mm-hmm. And usually by now, there's a lot more teams with a much better than 500 record. But you have the whole NFC West that's less than 500 or less.
There's just about 12 teams that have better than 500, 12 teams that have worse than 500, and 8 teams that have 500.
Four of those 8 teams are only one over 500.
Yeah.
What's that word called? What they were trying to get done? Where every year you don't know?
Parity.
There it is.
Yeah.
And they got
you covered. Smitty.
That way they wouldn't have the same winner every year in the Super Bowl.
No, the NFL's main goal years ago was to create parity in the league. They wanted every team is in theory a 500 team. That's why they have a salary cap. That's why they have free agency. They wanted players to move, and they wanted the teams to be pretty much even.
As competitive as possible every game, so that way every game is a good game.
Yeah, exactly.
But here's the thing. They've had this in place, salary cap and everything else, for, 30 years now?
Longer than that.
Okay, so how the heck did the Patriots do it for 20?
Because they kept taking hometown deals.
Easy, because they kept pushing it off. The salary cap is the biggest joke in the NFL.
It really is. You can push
a million ways around it. I mean, look at what the Rams are doing. They went out and spent like $40,000 or $40 million over their cap, and yet completely pushed it so it was under the cap.
You move a little here, move a little there.
Okay, so a random stat I saw that now that the game's in halftime, when DeAndre Hopkins isn't in the lineup, they score like 20 points.
Mm-hmm.
When he's in the lineup, they score like 34.
Interesting.
That's why I picked him tonight to win.
I also the Saints looked good right until they threw 2 interceptions for touchdowns.
Well, the first one wasn't on Dalton. The first one's on the receiver. It bounced right off of him and right into their hands. I mean, Hopkins does have 4 receptions for 37 yards, so he's not doing awful for day one.
All right. Speaking of players that came back or are coming back, Tua has finally been cleared to play this week. His first game. Smitty took his heads off. You're muted. Smitty. Unmute yourself.
You muted yourself, Smitty.
I'm sorry.
I was saying Tua was finally cleared to play this week. Did you see that, Smitty?
I did.
Of course he did.
So his first game back is prime time against the Steelers.
Yes, it is against the Steelers.
How do you think he's going to fare? Do you think he's going to come back and be slinging that ball everywhere, or you think he's going to be timid, throwing that ball away when somebody gets close to him?
No, I think he ain't going to be timid at all, but I think the press on Tua is unbelievably unfair. I don't explain this to me.
Yep.
What's his name? Who's the quarterback for Pittsburgh? Pickett?
Pickett.
Or
He got a concussion verified on Sunday. On Monday, he was allowed to practice and is supposed to be playing this Sunday. How is that following protocol? That's not protocol. Explain this to me.
well, Tua was cleared last week, but the coach kept him out.
Yeah.
But it still wasn't a whole way. I mean, what's his name? The other guy.
Yeah, I think they're supposed by protocol. I think they're supposed to be out a week minimum.
Yes, by protocol, and they're also not supposed to be at practice the next day.
Yeah, no.
So the point is, I think
That the whole thing's a bunch of BS.
it
That
is a bunch
protocol, the whole how it works, it's just a bunch of BS. They just use it as they please.
But I think with if he will be, I don't know, because do you think they're going to be like a bounty gate? Do you think they're going to try to knock him out of the game? I mean, not actually try to hurt him, but
plays are actually, if you get too close to them, they're going to throw a flag at you at this point.
yes. I think he'll be fine. I think Miami wins. I think Miami wins by 2 touchdowns because if you have not noticed, you probably don't watch the Dolphins game.
They're not on up here a lot, but as you saw,
but Miami's
I
not
haven't
the
been
same
able to see
game,
any
not the same
early
team without
games
Tua.
this past week.
No, he's not.
Miami just is not even close to the same team without Tua. And I you know me, I am not a Tua fan. I am not a fan of Tua.
Not at all.
But
you wanted the quarterback that's now thrown like a ton of interceptions this year.
No, Herbert is not.
Herbert's had a rough go of it this year.
Herbert's had an okay go at it. He's dealing with rib injuries.
But I just I think it's unfair what they're doing with Tua, and I think that he I think they can win. I think they're gonna win. But it's not gonna be fair. It's not gonna be fair. They're not treating him fair. And I would keep him out one more week. Because you know what's gonna happen. He's gonna get hit and somebody's gonna complain and bitch about something.
Mm-hmm.
They are. Well,
they want the storyline. Isn't that what Chris or Jeremy or somebody said about storylines?
Yeah.
You got to have the story. They're coming back, Cleveland playing his boss or whatever, and he's coming back to beat up, Flores because Flores didn't want him, and so they fired Flores because of blah, 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 blah. It's like, it's NFL. We don't need the storylines. We need good football.
Exactly.
They don't watch just good football. How do you get all the wives to watch if there's not a storyline?
That's true. Most women do not like to watch football.
That's not true. My wife likes to watch it.
Yeah. Me and Jerry managed to find the females that do like to watch it.
Most women that I know like to watch college football. They're getting into college football.
That's because you're from the South.
That's because I'm from the South, yes.
Very true.
Chris is like, yep.
Chris is like, yep. I can say something. I have
Chris exists still.
I'm alive. I'm a real boy.
All right. You want to get to the top 15, Smitty, or do you not have the doc up?
I will do it. I got you. I have it up. Okay, number 15, moving down from 11 was the Rams. 14, the Raiders. 13, the Giants. Moving up from 19. How are they 13? And you know what? Okay, Chargers 12, Titans 11, Cowboys 10, Bengals 9. Packers dropped from 4 to 8. 7 is the Vikings going up from 9. The Bucks go from 8 to 6. They just like Bucks. They love Tom Brady. There's no reason for them to be this high.
Why'd they go up? They lost.
I don't know.
So the Steelers too. No offense, Chris.
The Ravens. Oh, well, that's another team I might give up on. That's Chicago because I think the guy who said was going to be a better quarterback might be the worst quarterback in NFL history.
I don't know. They're talking about replacing Mac Jones with Zappy. So.
Well, Zappy's awesome.
Well, me and Smitty went over this. Even if Mac Jones stops playing, he'll probably still have a better career than Fields does.
Yes.
Well, I mean, look at the fucking people that he's surrounded with.
Yeah, but
don't block for him. Yes,
he's also missing wide open receivers.
He is.
Yeah. But I see he missed right over receivers too. I'm about to get laid out. Oh my god! But
yes, he's missing wide open receivers. However, he's also fearing for his fucking life because his lineman can't block up threes.
And he should have been throughout the game because you see him crawling after getting hit, and he can't even get up, and then let him continue to play. He needs to be pulled.
Well, I think
So-
he's either out this week or he's definitely questionable.
He should be because he was. They were treating him like he's still a government mule. I mean, that was bad. So 5 is the Ravens. San Francisco 49ers is 4. Who made up these lists? The Chiefs are 3. The Eagles is 2, and the Bills are 1. I don't know who did this power ranking, but they need to stop smoking crack because this is a terrible power ranking.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's the NFL. Oh, who fixed the power ranking this week? What was that last week's?
Was this last week's power ranking?
It might be
I didn't
last
touch
week's
it.
power ranking.
That makes more sense.
I
That makes a lot more sense.
I forgot you were traveling because usually you do the power rankings, Smitty. So that's all
So
right.
yes, power ranking from last week. That makes no sense. I could pull the power ranking from NFL real quick if I need to.
Yeah, just do the top 5.
Yeah, just do the top 5.
Okay, let's
Because
see.
that's the biggest complaints we had.
But I mean, do we use the NFL or CBS, right?
NFL
Week
power
6.
rankings,
Okay,
week 6.
we got the top 5. The top 5. We got the 5 here. It is. We got number 5, Baltimore Ravens. Number 4, San Francisco. Number 3, Chiefs. Number 2, Eagles. Bills. Number 1.
So apparently
Week
they
6.
were updated somehow.
That was updated.
What do you know? All right.
Wait a minute. That was week 6, right?
Yeah. Oh, maybe week 7.
No, week 6.
We're on week
Rampages.
7, so the power rankings would
October
be-
the 11th. No, it was last. I'm sorry. I was off by a month. A week. Here we go. Hang on. Slow your roll. Here we go.
Rewind.
Let's do it one more time.
Hey, can
Where's
you
Nate at to
enough
edit
vote?
this? Okay. This is better. Number 5, the Giants.
Wow.
Number 4, the Vikings. 3, the Chiefs. 2, the Eagles. And number 1, the Bills. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Cowboys are 6. Ravens are 7. Yes. Jets are 9. Yes.
Holy crap.
Buccaneers
When
are
was the
10.
last time we saw the Jets in a top 10 spot?
I don't know, and I don't like the Jets, but God bless them for it.
It's
great.
usually a top 10 worst.
Yeah, they're
That's
usually at the
something,
bottom.
Dolphins
right.
keep free falling, man. They just keep free falling.
Let's
They're
get into
17.
our fantasy league a little bit.
Okay.
So this past week, the number 1 Ladies and Elements played Isn't It Breakfast? Number 7, Isn't It Breakfast? She beat him in that household. Must have been very, very tense. When she scored 202.21 points to his 163.02. Number 2, The Thick beat a bunch of nobody. Number 4, a bunch of nobodies. 170.2 to 160.1. Number 3, the Purple Cobras beat 2 girlies, 1 cup. 174.29 to 156.98. Jeremy, did you two hold each other and cry after you guys both lost?
No, we were watching the Monday night game, and then Smitty called it quits at like after halftime, or right at halftime.
Well, it's because Smitty won for the week. I'm talking about you and Mo. Because isn't it a bunch of nobodies?
Yeah, I didn't even look. I wasn't really looking what was going on. I was paying attention to my league.
Number 5, the Implications lost to number 8, the Dolphins. 215.74 to 206.74.
Right into the buzzsaw called Dolphins, baby.
And because
I traded him a player who hadn't done nothing all year, and he scores like 20-something points the first day it's on Smitty's team.
You did. I didn't start him, but he sure enough did.
And number 9, the Muppets faced number 10, Lieutenant Dan's Magic Legs for the Sacco leader. And she lost 154.73 to 77.6.
Did she not start anybody?
No, Carson Wentz was her quarterback, and he got 6 points.
Yeah. And like I think her team, the highest scoring points on her team was somebody got 15 points. And that was it. Everybody else was single digits. It was a bad week for her.
I'll still end up getting the Sacco, but
I don't know. The way her team's looking, she has the best shot for it right now. All right, this week, the number 1, Ladies and Edelman's, is predicted to beat the number 2, The Thick, pretty bad, too.
By the time you two play each other, it's the 7th game of the dang thing, and you both are undefeated. When you got to go down?
Yeah, well,
So you want All right,
I
they're both
need
auto
like
draft.
all the juju to beat her, and I need the belt to come here and not to go to her this year.
Juju plays on the Chiefs now, not the Steelers. Just remember that fact.
Yeah. Number 3, Purple Cobras faces number 5, the Implications. Number 4.
And that was the auto draft also, the Purple Cobras.
Yeah.
Yep.
A bunch of
So,
nobodies.
wait, is Purple Cobras 3?
Yes, Purple Cobras is 3.
So 1, 2, and 3 are all auto drafts.
Yeah.
That says something because I was drafting right behind the number 1 person the entire draft, and I had to keep adjusting my draft because every player in my queue got drafted.
Well, that makes it doesn't matter because there's still 2 other players that were drafting that's auto drafting that still got better players than you.
What are you saying?
Like, it's hard for me to draft behind somebody that's auto drafting.
Yes.
Because they're automatically taking the top player.
See, Smitty, I don't just make valuable replies to you.
I also don't, go in. My phone literally vibrates for about 15 minutes every morning because people are in there making trades and moving shit around, and I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You can turn all those notifications off.
You don't care.
He just
likes to know that we're doing something. And he's just like, yeah, it's all right.
I never see drafts anymore or trades or anything like that.
So number 4, a bunch of nobodies playing number 10, the Muppets. Number 6, the Dolphins are playing number 9, Lieutenant Dan's Magic Legs. Chris is no longer at 10.
Congratulations for the win.
Thank you.
Number 7, 2 girlies, 1 cup is playing number 8, Isn't It Breakfast?
Oh, that's Nate, baby. Nate's gonna
Yep.
be mad you beat him again.
All right.
I gotta send
Jeremy.
the pictures of the belt every day.
Yes, you should all week.
Well, Smitty sent him a Snapchat of the belt on
I
that.
did. That was great.
Were you wearing it too?
No.
No, I was not cool enough to wear it. Neither was he.
All right. The Thick and Thin Sportscast does not support or advocate anyone to actually place monetary bets or anything on anything we talk about on this show. This is for entertainment purposes only, as we are not professionals. Never bet money you cannot afford to lose. If you or anyone you know has or thinks they have a gambling problem, the national hotline is 1-800-522-4700. It is 100% confidential and is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, please go to www.ncpgambling.com. I think we lost Chris.
We did.
All right, so last week.
We're about to lose Smitty.
Yeah, he's just getting tired. That's why I want to get through this. The last week, we bet on the Chargers for, I think we only bet 2 games last week.
No, we bet 3.
We bet 3.
That was 2 weeks ago.
That was 2. Oh. The Bucks, yes, the Bucks were giving up 8 points over the Steelers, and they lost. The Bengals over the Saints. Did we take?
We took the Bengals. The Bengals won.
The Bengals won, so we won that game. And the 49ers over the Falcons. I don't think they covered the spread on that one, did they?
Oh, the 49ers lost to the Falcons.
Yes.
Lost the Falcons straight up.
So what are our picks for this week, Jeremy?
Okay, I'm taking the Giants +3 over the Jags.
All right, so are you going to type this in, or am I going to have to?
I don't have the Google Doc open.
All right, so you're taking, let's go, this was the only one that we won, so I'm going to highlight that. I'm supposed to change your record, but oh well. All right, so what was this?
Giants +3 over the Jaguars.
Giants are getting 3 points at the Jaguars.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good pick.
Yeah.
If the Commanders had a quarterback, I'd take them against the Packers, but they don't have a quarterback, so I'm not going there.
Yeah.
Nope. Lions, Cowboys is a 7-pointer. That's not worth it. Ooh. Bucks, Carolina. I'm not gonna go with the Bucks again this week. They killed me last week. Ooh, Ravens -6.5 over the Browns.
Yeah, I can agree with that. What do you think, Smitty?
Yeah, because after Browns are up and down, and this is their week to go down.
What is that? Plus what? Minus what?
-6.
6.5.
6.5 to the Browns.
Okay, the Titans minus 2.5 over the Colts.
That's almost a push.
It is. The
Titans.
Jets +1 over the Broncos.
Oh yeah, they'll cover that.
The Jets only getting +1 of the.
They're gonna beat the Broncos.
The Broncos are favored by 1.
Dude, I think we need to take the Jets.
That's what I did. The Jets +1.
Okay, Jets +1, absolutely.
+1 to the Broncos.
Okay,
Oh.
yes.
Oh, Chiefs minus 2.5 to the Niners.
Oh yeah, that.
I mean,
Jeez.
Chiefs aren't so
This might
invincible.
be a go
right
for
now.
broke week. Hold
Yeah,
on, who
but
the Titans? 2.5 Titans, 2.5 to who?
Colts.
I think he's just reading them out. I don't think he's gonna try to make those bets.
No, these are the. I'm skipping a bunch of them. I'm listing ones I think could cover.
So, what are the Chiefs getting?
2.5. Minus 2.5 over the Niners.
This is stuff that should be on this doc before we start recording.
I know. I tried to get to the doc earlier, but
Yeah,
it was
because I
couldn't find
did
it on my
something
phone.
stupid. It caused a whole bunch of issues. All because I
mean,
wanted
I
to
can
start
always
the
do
doc
it. I can
without
always
being,
edit, so
being
it's
going
not hard.
downstairs.
Okay. So
I almost like all of these bets.
I'd almost take the Ravens Browns out because the Ravens have a bunch of injuries going on right now. So let's take that one out.
Okay.
I think you should keep the Jets Broncos.
Yeah, Jets Broncos a definite. Chiefs 49ers. Yeah, Chiefs are gonna kind of knock the 49ers around.
Now, what's the name supposed to be coming back for the Colts? I'm not sure if that matters at all. Tyler?
James Taylor.
So
Jonathan
we got Taylor versus King George. That's a pretty good setup. And I mean, we just don't know. Just throw a dart. I'm good with anything we go with right
Go
now.
through these
I mean,
four
we
teams.
can just pick 3 of them. We could do 4. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, we could do
Oh
all
no,
four.
we got 4. 4 is good. I
Four
like
is
these
good.
4. This is good.
I actually like these 4. Actually, the Giants should definitely win that game, even straight up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm
And
surprised they're underdogs against the Jags.
the Titans are getting 2 points to the Colts. Or
No, minus. They're
giving
favored
giving them
2.5.
2.5 points. Okay.
I can't believe the Jets are underdogs against Broncos. I know they're playing a mile high, but Jesus, that's
And
That's
Russell
not it.
Wilson with the hamstring issue is garbage.
that's
Right?
disrespectful as hell to the Jets.
Yeah, because the Jets are.
And I like it. Be disrespectful for the most disrespectful fan base there is. I mean, next to Philadelphia. It's fine.
So the
So I hate the Jets probably more than you do, Smitty. But the Jets should be minus points against the Broncos.
So
They
the
should be
Patriots are
giving up
favored by
points.
8 over the Bears on Monday night.
Sounds good. I would take the Patriots and the points.
No, they're minus, so they got to beat the
I know.
Bears.
I would
That's
take
taking
them
them
plus
with the points.
Yeah, that means I believe that they'll win by at least 8 points. Yeah.
Chris,
9
what do you
points.
think?
Chris is not here anymore.
Oh yeah, he's still. I keep looking at his frozen picture. All right, you guys ready to do some picks?
I'm ready to do some picks. Find out who won last week.
All right, let me put the doc down. All right, so on Thursday night, the Washington Commanders beat the Chicago Bears 12-7. After we got off. The Baltimore Ravens lost to the New York Giants on Sunday at 1 o'clock, 24-20. The Jacksonville Jaguars lost the Indianapolis Colts 34-27. The New England Patriots with Zappy beat the Cleveland Browns 38-15.
Beat the bad.
Yeah. Chicago, and there was I was able to catch like the second half of that, and the fourth quarter basically, and the defense was just tearing apart the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
The Cincinnati Bengals beat the New Orleans Saints 30-26. Tampa Bay lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers 20-18. How did they even score 18 points? 18 is like a random number.
I'm pretty sure there was 2 attempts at 2-point conversions that were failed. Or
The
something.
San Francisco 49ers lost to the Atlanta Falcons 28-14. The New York Jets beat the Green Bay Packers 27-10. The Minnesota Vikings beat Miami 24-16.
That game was a lot closer than that score. Thank you very much.
I kind of feared it was, but I missed almost all the 1:00 games, and when the Pats are on, I don't bother putting on any other games at that point in time. Same thing with you, Smitty. You probably watch only the Miami game, and that's it.
I'm going to say it was 21 to Miami lost was 16-24, so it was 21-16.
Yeah,
or something like that. And we were driving. Miami was driving, and about to go down and score. Waddle fumbled the football with 4 minutes left in the game. Minnesota picked it up, brought it back, drove for like 3 minutes, kicked a field goal, and then Miami got the ball back and threw another interception because they were down by whatever it was, and they had to, force the ball. So it was a closer game than it says.
Well, look, at 4:05, the Carolina Panthers lost to the Los Angeles Rams 24-10. The Arizona Cardinals lost to the Seattle Seahawks 19-9.
I'm never picking them. I picked them today, but I'm never picking them again. What the hell?
The Buffalo Bills beat the Kansas City Chiefs in what should have been the Sunday night game, but it was a 4:25 game, 24-20. It was such
very
a
good game.
It was a very good game.
That game should have been the Sunday night game. The Sunday night game should have been the Monday night game because the Dallas Cowboys lost to the Philadelphia Eagles 26-17.
That was a good game too. I just can't believe that the Cowboys
and
lost to
the Denver Broncos on Monday night lost to the Los Angeles Chargers on what should have been a 4-05 game.
They should have flipped them. They should have.
Yeah, the Chargers won 19-16.
That was also another good game. If you like defenses and
yeah, it was like Jeremy, what was your pick and Mo's pick? I can't remember. I saw it. You both went with the Cardinals?
Yes, we both went the Cardinals.
Oh, speaking of, the winner for this past week was actually me. I got 8 points. I got 8 correct picks. Mo
that was
was
the highest
missing a
with 8
game
points?
when I looked at the things, Jeremy.
I think you did something wrong. There's no way I only got 8 right. I know I got at least 20 right.
You got 4 right, Smitty.
Yeah, that was 4. Because I listen. I pay attention. You can go back. I did not change any of these. I saved them, and I am done. I close out of it. I open it up in the next week.
Did Mo miss picking a game?
Yeah, last week she missed the Packers-Jets game. I figured she was going to take the Packers anyways, but...
You sure? I thought she...
Nope, I looked at it. I looked at it twice. You sent it in the thing, so...
Did I send it thick and thin, or did I send it in the regular one?
I think you sent it in the regular thick and thin one. Not the group one.
No, she hit the Jets.
Did she?
Pats, Jets, Dolphins, Ravens, Cardinals, Cowboys, Niners, Colts, Bengals, Bucks, Panthers, Bills,
Hold on. So, Mo was
last week.
Ravens, Colts, Pats, Bengals, Bucks, 49ers. The Jets?
It's Patriots, Jets, Dolphins, Ravens, Cardinals, Cowboys, Niners, Colts, Bengals, Bucks, Panthers, Bills, Broncos.
Oh, it's probably because it's super out of order. Okay.
Yeah. But, yeah. She still didn't win the week. But
no, she only had 6 right. So
because I always double check the count of how many there are to make sure there was no game missed.
And you both went with the Cardinals tonight, right?
Correct.
All right. Let me get those in. All right. Since Chris's internet seems to have died, I'm going to pick first, and we'll just do us 3, and then we'll get everybody else's picks later this week.
I like that idea.
Sunday night. Well, Sunday night. Sunday at 1 o'clock. I should be back for these games this week, actually. Because my Connor's game is at 8:30 in the morning. This is going to be a rough game. The Cleveland Browns are at the Baltimore Ravens. I'm going to go with the Ravens for this one. Who are you going to go with, Jeremy?
I'm going to go with the Ravens. I think Cleveland's hit a point where they're done.
Think they gave up already?
Oh, yeah.
All right, Smitty.
I'm going to go with the Cleveland Ravens.
Can't go with that.
I'm going Baka. I'm absolutely going the Ravens here.
All right. Jeremy. Tampa Bay Buccaneers are at the Carolina Panthers.
Bucks.
Smitty.
Who was it that again?
Bucks at Panthers. Think this is a get-right game?
100% without a doubt. I know it. I know it's going to be controversial, but Nate isn't here to throw controversy into this, so I'm absolutely picking the Bucks.
Carolina is on their third string quarterback.
Yeah, so I am also going with the Bucks. All right. I got the Atlanta Falcons at the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm going to go with the Bengals. Jerry, who do you go with?
Bengals.
Smitty.
Bengals and who?
Falcons.
The Falcons at the Bengals.
Sorry, because every time you say a name, like the first name, it doesn't register for some reason. Bengals. Oh, Bengals, absolutely, because they're the reason I won my fantasy football league. So, yeah, Bengals.
All right, Jerry.
You good.
Jerry, the Detroit Lions are at the Dallas Cowboys.
I'm going to take them boys.
Smitty.
Them
boys across the board, I'm seeing. All right, Smitty. The
Yes,
Giants are at the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Jacksonville.
Really?
For real. Meow. Kitty goes, meow, motherfucker, meow.
I'm taking the Giants to kick their ass. Jerry, who are you taking?
I'm going with my bet. The Giants are taking it.
Oh, that's right. We bet the Giants.
We did. We're even getting 3 points from them if I make the bets probably tomorrow. What happened here? Okay. Smitty, you get the first pick.
I just got the first pick.
Did you? Oh, yeah, you did. The next is the Packers at the Washington Commanders.
This game's a hard game to pick.
I know.
The Packers have made this a hard game to pick.
And it's not Wentz anymore. It's Heineke starting for the Commanders.
Oh, it's Heineke? I'm going with the Commanders.
That's what I was thinking.
I like him. He plays with heart. Who are you going to go, Jeremy?
I'm going with the Packers.
Hey, man.
He's going with the Packers.
I'm going with the Packers.
Smitty.
I am also going to go with the Packers because I don't see them losing 3 games in a row.
I've seen weirder things happen. Jeremy.
Oh, absolutely. You got married.
No, I didn't.
No, that's true. You didn't.
Jeremy got married.
Smitty came and visited me.
Yeah, that was a weird thing to happen.
And then he never wants to leave.
Nope.
It's because you get a nice house. The Indianapolis Colts are at the Tennessee Titans.
The Titans. No, Smitty liked the best part. He could sit outside, watch the game, smoke his cigarettes, and not worry about anything.
Yep.
Yes, that was heaven.
Jeremy's just got a bigger TV on his outside than I have, because I have it in my garage. Because I put my spare big giant TV on my bedroom, and I don't use it at all, so I should probably change those.
You should.
Well, I got a TV in my garage too.
Yes, he does.
Yes, you do. And 12-foot skeletons in his front yard.
Yep, 2 of them. So, Smitty, who are you going to go with? The Indianapolis Colts or the Tennessee Titans?
Ooh. I don't like either of these teams here. Titans. I'm going with the Titans. Let's do this.
All right. I'm going to also go with the Titans. I think they're going to win straight up. All right, Smitty, you get the first pick. Houston Texans are at the Vegas Raiders.
Jesus Lord. I thought it was hard to pick the winning teams. It's harder to pick the losing teams.
This is a 4:05 game.
It is harder to pick a 5-1 versus a 5-1 than it is a 1-5 and a 1-5.
Yeah, not exactly.
No, I mean the other way around.
Yeah.
It's harder to pick a 1-5 and 1-5 versus The Raiders are. Oh God, I think the Raiders have so much.
The Raiders should win this.
I've already made my upset pick for the Jags, so I'm going to go with the Raiders.
All right. You know what? I think the Raiders are better than the Texans, and they're in Vegas, so I'm going to go with the Raiders. Jeremy, who are you going to go with?
Who's playing?
Texans at Raiders.
I'm going to take the John Madden's team.
The Raiders. Well, technically, they would still be in
Oakland Raiders.
Oakland. All right, I
They're
get the
still the
first
Raiders.
pick. Jets are at Broncos. I am taking the Jets. It's so weird to say that.
With confidence.
Yeah, Jeremy.
The Jets.
Jets. Smitty. Yeah. If you just say it real quick, it comes out.
Jets.
Gets. Let's go, Jeremy.
I can at least spell it without vomiting.
The Chiefs are at the 49ers.
Chiefs.
Smitty.
Is the Chiefs offensive players playing?
Yes. Yeah.
That's insensitive.
That
Hi,
was
how
across-
are you? Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you?
Smitty, you get the first pick. The Seattle Seahawks are at the Chargers.
Oh, I like Seattle with Geno Smith. I do. And the Chargers got my man.
This is a hard game to pick.
It really is.
It's harder than it should be.
But yeah, because as Jeremy pointed out earlier, he's playing with bad ribs.
Mm-hmm.
And that's is Keenan Allen coming? Is he playing this week?
No idea.
Because I think he was out for the last week or two. I gotta go with the Chargers. That's too tough.
Chargers at home. They didn't have to travel. I'm gonna go with the Chargers on that one. Jeremy, who are you gonna go with?
Chargers.
Oh man, apparently it was only hard for me because you two just said bloop bloop bloop.
All right, Smitty. Pittsburgh Steelers are at Miami.
I just picked first. Is that my pick?
Yeah, it's you, Travis.
Oh, well, I know you're taking Miami, so.
You might as well put it down.
Yeah.
I can't do a dolphin sound.
It's a much higher pitch.
Yeah, it is.
I am, with Tua coming back, I'm going to go with Miami on that one. How about you, Jeremy?
You sound like a dolphin having sex, dude.
Yeah. On Monday night, Jeremy, the Chicago Bears are at the New England Patriots.
Patriots.
Smitty.
I pledge allegiance to the flag. That's my Patriot.
It would be the British are coming.
The British are coming. Okay, I'll remember that next time.
I am also going to the Patriots. And this week, the bye week, is the Buffalo Bills, the Los Angeles Rams, the Minnesota Vikings, and the Philadelphia Eagles.
The top four teams? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
The byes were already set up before the season, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Interesting, isn't it? Interesting.
Yeah, I saw that, and I'm like, because if you look at my fantasy bench, it's all players from those teams that are on my bench that have a bye week this week, and I'm scrounging for players that I could play this week because I had I need somebody at least I can put in there.
Right.
That is going to get me some points because all my other players had 8 points, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to get to play him. All right.
Yeah,
is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about, or are we done for the night?
Well, apparently Christian McCaffrey is about 48 hours away from being traded.
Really?
I saw that with Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey.
Why is he going to be traded?
because they're trying to rebuild and they have nothing for him.
Yeah, Carolina assumes this is the best they'll ever get trade.
Right. He's also often injured, so he is not going to get 2 number 1 draft picks for him as they want. He's not. They're not. No one is going to trade. They're going to trade a 1 and a 2 possibly, but you're not trading 2 number 1s for Christian McCaffrey. He's great, but he's injured too much.
So the real question: should I start Tua or should I start Brady?
Brady.
It's not in the red, and it's not in the.
Yeah, I was gonna say Gale has Tua.
No, it's in my league.
Yeah, Panthers. Brady. Brady's
You go
lost.
with the commodity that's been known to you to the commodity that you don't know because of the fact that he's been. Oh, he's really never given any fantasy. He's not a fantasy football quarterback.
Any quarterback that has Tyreek Hill is.
Yeah,
that's a good point. That's a good point.
Considering Gale didn't play Tua 1 week and he went off for 90 points with Tyreek Hill.
That's true.
And Tyreek Hill is doing better right now. So
I would give him this week against Pittsburgh in a weak defense, to see how he holds up with the pressure. Then I would play because we have the Browns. Miami has 5 really beatable teams coming up on the conference, so I'd wait.
All right. Let me save that. And those are all saved. All right. So I think we're all good, right?
It sounds good to me, brother.
Bye, everybody.
That's all, folks.